that since the reasonableness of the notice is to be determined on case-by-case basis, the adequacy of notice in the present impeachment process can be tested against the scale of electoral mandate it seeks to overturn. This is found also in the submissions, page 47 and paragraph 104. In 2022 Kenyan general election, the presidential mandate was exercised by approximately 14.3 million voters out of about 22.1 million registered voters nationwide, reflecting a wide democratic participation. Out of those who cast valid votes, roughly 7.1 million supported the ticket of William Ruto and Rigathi Gachagua, thereby conferring upon them the constitutional mandate to govern. This mandate was granted by voters decentralized across the 290 constituencies and dispersed across at least 24 counties in accordance with the constitutional requirements. That is also in our submission, page 4 and paragraph 2. Therefore, by contrast, a constitutionality-compliant impeachment process ought to demonstrate that the public participation notices reached a substantial and representative proportion of that electorate. In the present case, the notice issued reached only an negligible fraction of the electorate, attributed to short times, limited publication channels, and accessibility to forums, which processes clearly falls short of the constitutional standards. And of course, my learned friend Tom Macharia has mentioned that this is evidenced by the alleged 200,000 plus viewers in the National Assembly report, which constitutes about 0.14% of the vote that mandated their win. Your Honor, statistically, of course, it sums up to a 0%. If it was a medical test, it will show negative results. There were only 11 memoranda that were presented to Parliament. Your Honor, and again, this I think has been said, I won't repeat it. This begs the question whether the National Assembly is suggesting that the sovereign will of 22.1 million registered voters in the nation is carried in the presence of the 200 plus individuals who allegedly participated in the exercise. Your Honor, as you retire, you will find that the National Assembly's failure to issue reasonable notices contributed to the dismal performances in the public participation exercise, which cannot be taken to proportionately hold the views of the majority who voted the President and Deputy President into office. I also dare to say that the mode of the instruments that were used to collect information, the template instruments used in the public participation exercise lacked clarity, thus ambiguous, contrary to the Supreme Court guidelines. The viewers template instruments to collect data from the public participation exercise failed verification and identifiability test. And of course, we've mentioned that initially, which I think is a point note, they were the first templates that did not have provision for identification. Then later they were replaced, but we don't know the forms that were already in the public. What happened with them? Did they collect data? Is that data part of what was collected and reviewed? That information we don't know. Parliament equally did not state clearly how they were verifying the information they got from the public. Finally, let me just finish now. I wish just to draw to your attention, this was your ruling here in this court, in the same case of Gachagua. Gachagua and 4 others, versus the Speaker of the National Assembly, and 15 others. 224 KEH 13473. This is what you stated. The impeachment case exemplifies the dilemma faced by the judiciary when handling cases that straddle the line between legal and political domains. There is no doubt that many are watching to see how the court will navigate this delicate issue. One that has significant implication for the doctrine of separation of power. Your Honors, the eyes of the nation are indeed upon this court. We echo your sentiments in paragraph 101, which reminds us that the people of Kenya fought for a transition away from marginalized judiciary. They envisioned a new order where government excesses are checked and where no harm of government operated beyond scrutiny. If the standard of public participation is allowed to fall as low as it did in this case, characterized by unverified templates, digital exclusion, and binary trap, then the Constitution promise of the will of the people becomes a dead letter. Thank you, Your Honors, for the opportunity to address you.
Thank you.
Good afternoon, my lords and my lady.